Hi guys. So it's come to my attention that people have been wanting to see, I'd have for no reason, I have no idea why, but people have been wanting to see a makeup tutorial of what I do on an everyday kind of basis. I mean, I don't wear makeup every single day, but when I do a full face, people want to know what I do or use. So I have no idea why, but I'm definitely up for it, and I'm going to show you how I beat this face into perfection. Enjoy. So, the first thing I start off with. So, the first thing that I'm going to start off with is primer. I'm going to prime my face. I use this tiny little thing from Hourglass. This is only, I believe, about 10 mils. It's not that much. I don't use primer often, only really when I'm doing something like for work or when I'm going out to events. So I'm going to use this. Um, I don't know why I like this so much. It's like rubbing pearls on your face, and it comes out like that. So I just put it wherever I need it. Usually it's the center of the face, and then I work from the center all the way out. I don't use a whole lot. I'm not the biggest believer in primers, but this is just very light, and it's very easy and airy for me. I don't believe in like heavy primers like the Laura Mercier primer. That's not really for me. I feel like it would be for other people who have maybe drier skins who are looking for the hydration. But I'd rather not have so many layers on my face. I'd rather have just, very thin layers of everything well blended out. So that's primer. I go in usually with a light reflective pen right about now, and the only reason why I would do it right now as opposed to on top of foundation is because of the formula of this one. This is the L'Oreal Visiblift. I think this is their newest one. It's the one with the Serum Absolute Concealer, SPF 20 sunscreen. And if it has all the benefits, I feel like I want to lay this down on my skin first rather than later. So I usually just put this wherever I need it. And as you can see, it is very, very brightening. So I usually just put this wherever I need it. And nowhere else. I'll blend it out with fingers. You're gonna see in this whole entire video that I usually like to blend everything out with fingers. I don't use brushes unless I really, really need to. Put some there. But yeah, for me, I just like using fingers more. I just feel like it makes everything look more flawless. It's easy. You don't need a whole ton. But I mean, nothing against brushes. I do use brushes. You're going to see me use brushes today, but I usually tend to not. Just gonna add a little bit more. And this, I find, does not crease, and it lasts long, and apparently has serum in it. So this for me right now is a winner. And that's just brightened up my under eye area. Okay, the next thing I would do after this is I would foundation. I usually use two foundations. I am a Chanel foundation addict. I tend to use Vitalumiere Aqua, um, the liquid version, and I also use the compact version. In the cream, it is winter. My skin is starting to get a little drier. I just like the cream in the winter. I usually like I use this all year round, but I tend to like the cream during the winter or on just days where I feel like my skin needs to have a little more coverage and a little bit more help just to be more cocooned by the foundation. So I'm gonna use this. And I'm going to use, like I said before, I'm just going to use fingers with this. Dab it in right here. I'm just going to put it where I need it. Yeah. I love the Chanel bases just because, and it seems like I'm like biased or something, but I like them just because they go on very smooth and they go on very easily. The thing about Chanel foundations is they're so well formulated. The formula is so amazing with these creams and liquids and the powders that it's very undetectable on the skin, which is kind of cool. You know, you don't want to really have someone go up and be like, "Oh, nice foundation." It's nicer to get the, "Oh, you've got beautiful skin." So that's what I try to go for, at least. I'm going to add a little bit more down the center of my face because that's where I need most of the coverage, and on my cheeks. But I don't want to cover too much of my cheeks because I will go in with concealer in just a little bit. But I'm going to blend this. Okay, and that is to my liking. And I just kind of thin it out when it comes to the jawline. I'll do that. Okay, so that is my foundation laid down and set. Next thing I usually would do after this would either be concealer, which I think I'll conceal later. I'm actually going to go in with a contour. I'm going to shade, um, just add a little bit of shading, dimension to my face and just on my temples. What I like to use to contour, I don't really like using powders to contour. I like it to be, I like the skin to be very real and very tactile. I just like that. So I love using cream products. So what I usually like to use is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. This one is the Shade and Illuminate's one of the, not the easiest to use, but it's the most, again, seamless with the skin. It just seems like when you apply it that, you know, it's just kind of like your natural shadowing, which I really like. And so I'll show you how it kind of goes on. So right now I'm using this little brush right here, and people might think I'm crazy for using this little brush, but I like this brush. So I'm going to use it for it. I also have the Shade and Illuminate brush, but right now I think I'm just going to use this. So you'll see it right there. Very dark, and it looks crazy. And people are probably thinking, what is wrong with you? Why are you using it? But when we blend it out in just a little bit, you'll see why. You'll see why I'm obsessed with this. This is kind of like one of those products that I can't live without. It's not even kind of. This is one of those products that I cannot live without. I'm going to apply some to my temples. Right there. And the reason why I'm going to go over this first and not the concealer is just because if I conceal now and then I start blending all the contour, I'm just going to move the concealer around, which I don't want to. I want to, when I conceal, I want it to kind of just stick and stay. And then after I conceal, I want to powder. If I were to conceal before this, then I would, you know, be blending this, and then I would have to go over again with the concealer just to make sure that everything was fine again, and then it's just too much. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to blend this away. I'm going to use a foundation brush to just blend. And if you look at that, it's completely blended. Again, look at that. Oh my God. It's just very seamless. It's very, very, you know, when the light hits it, there, you'll see. You'll just kind of see that shadow, and it just kind of, I love that. that it's not totally noticeable. I'm gonna go in a little bit more. I'm gonna really cut this. And also, once we start concealing, if your contour, if the contour is, just a little bit um, darker than the skin, and it kind of, I have a little bit of pigmentation around here. What I like to do is I like to take some of the contour, I put it on the back of my hand, some of that pigment, and then I take my concealer, which I usually conceal with a pinpoint concealer like this, and I will mix in the concealer with some of the contour so it blends in and it looks just like my skin, and I don't have to do a lot of cocktailing and mixing beforehand. Okay, I'm happy. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to illuminate. Illuminate time from the Shade and Illuminate palette. So let me actually, I don't think I ever showed you, but this is what the Shade and Illuminate looks like. So that's what I just used to contour, and I know that's why I'm saying it looks really dark on my face right now, but I mean in the palette, but once you get it on to the skin, it is beautiful, and I am obsessed with it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade of the illuminating cream, and this is also very seamless, the illuminator. I love cream highlighters too. I love anything that looks seamless on the skin. If you can't tell, I love the whole idea of just healthy looking skin. I think it's just very, modern instead of, very heavy kind of makeup. Um, for me, every day, for my everyday. Um, Everyone else is different. Everyone has their own, makeup routine and what have you. But for me, this is the kind of look that I go for, and this is just what I like. It's just very seamless and well blended. Okay, and I have my mirror here because this computer's not doing justice. Okay, and don't mind my eyebrows. My eyebrows are a little gross right now. I haven't been able to get them done. Okay, so everything's blended. I'm done with that. Now I'm going to conceal. I'm going to use this brush right here. It's a little pinpoint. It's supposed to be an eyeliner brush. I don't really use it for eyeliner. Um, Obviously, I don't really wear eyeliner in my everyday. I don't really wear eyeliner at all. So I just use this for concealer. And what I use for concealing is Dermablend. So this is the quick fix in caramel, and I have used tons of this. I like to use it from the middle. I don't know why. I just feel like the middle doesn't oxidize. I mean, this product does tend to oxidize on the skin, which I did not like at first. But it's just it's so good at covering that I can't use anything else. I just love it too much. So I'm gonna use this to cover. So we'll go over like that. And I'll just pat that in. A lot of people like to use their foundation to kind of mask their face um, when they have imperfections. Could I have done that? Yes. You know what I mean? Like I could have taken a really thick foundation like MAC Studio Fix or Estee Lauder Double Wear and really piled it on my skin, but I don't, like I said, I like everything to be seamless. I don't like to mask my face. I like to let my skin breathe, and I like to put the concealer only where I need it. If I don't need it anywhere else, then I don't need it anywhere else. I only have pigmentation here and here. So I don't want to put it all over my face or mask my whole entire face with foundation if the only place that I have pigmentation is on my cheeks. And just tap, tap, tap. Tap that in. Right here. I like to spend a little bit of time doing this, like I said, to just perfect the skin and so that it looks very seamless. And then make sure when you pinpoint conceal that on the edges of everything, you just kind of blend it out so that it looks like you're not wearing anything. Okay, there we go. Now I kind of have to go in with my other side of my face